Peace and love, family. I wanted to share something with you that I came across with its regards to the Spanish flu experiments that were done in 1918. And specifically, it's called the Deer Island Flu Experiments. And I think you'd find it very interesting. So, you can look this up. You can Google it, you can find it online. During the deadly Spanish flu outbreak in November and December in 1918, the US Navy ran some very unusual experiments. And it was in Deer Island near Boston. Now, they wanted to understand how flu actually spreads from sick people to healthy people. So, they had some volunteers, which were sailors. 62 sailors volunteered. And they were between 15 to 34 years old. And all of them were in great physical shape. Most of them have never gotten the flu before. And they knew exactly what they were getting themselves into, what they signed up for, uh, when they agreed to participate in this experiment. Now, at the time, also in the military, in the Navy, uh, many sailors were already sick with the Spanish flu. So the Navy used those sick sailors as a source for the flu germs. Now, the healthy volunteers, they stayed at the Naval Hospital so that the doctors could keep a very close eye on them during this process. So let me share with you these 8 different experiments that they ran, right? And in every one of them, they tried to give the flu to healthy sailors by exposing them directly to materials from sick patients. So here's what they tried, right? They took bacteria from sick patients and they introduced it into healthy men. They also sprayed mucus that they got from the sick patients and they put it into the nose and throats of the healthy sailors. And they even made the sailors swallow it. So they're really trying to get them sick. Then what they did is they also wiped mucus from the sick patient. So the mucus that was dropping it, they wiped it off. And then they introduced it into the healthy sailor's eyes. And they put it underneath the skin. They put it underneath the skin of the healthy men. Then they took the blood from the men who had flu, right? The blood. And they injected that blood into the healthy volunteers. They even had healthy sailors sit right next to these sick patients, right? And the sick men had to cough and breathe directly into the eyes of the sailor, into the faces of the sailors many times. The healthy men had to breathe everything in. And each healthy sailor got or did this with 10 different sick patients. So they were really trying to get these healthy sailors sick. They were trying to get them to get the flu. Now, what were the results after all these experiments? Well, shockingly, not a single one of these 62 sailors or volunteers got the flu. Even after all these direct exposures, breathing in the cough, getting sprayed with mucus, being injected with blood into the and with germs, none of them became sick. Now, this is a very interesting experiment, and it is not the only experiment. There are many more experiments, and I would welcome you to research them, look them up. Now, you say, well, what are other experiments showing? Well, there's another experiment that you can look up. It's called the Schmidt experiment, SCHMIDT. In the 1920s, a researcher by the name of Schmidt, he inoculated healthy people with filtered mucus from flu patients. So he basically took these healthy people and put mucus into them, which he got from unhealthy patients. And some of them did get sick. Some of them did get sick, but As a control, what he did, he inoculated others as well, but not with mucus. He only used saline. No mucus, no germs, just saline. So this saline group of people, they actually developed cold or flu-like symptoms at a higher rate than the group that received the flu mucus or the mucus group. So how is it possible for this to happen? How is it possible for individuals to get cold from saline more than if they were to be exposed by mucus or exposed to mucus with the supposed virus? Isn't the cold supposed to be something caused by a specific virus? Now, these are questions that we need to ask, and these are research that we need to consider. Because nowadays, we're not seeing or hearing much about research being done on humans to test out human-to-human transmission, mostly because they believe it's unethical and inhumane. However, as you can see, it has already been done, and whenever it is done, there are way more questions than there are answers. And it seems that what scientists have resorted to is to make these complicated and complex scientific procedures to try to explain something that a human-to-human transmission has already demonstrated. So this is something to consider, and I hope you can take time to research these experiments. There are way more, and if you want to know more about other experiments, or you want to know more about the flu and probable causations, you can read this book right here. This is a good book. Can You Catch a Cold? Untold History and Human Experiments, Daniel Reuters. Anyway, thank you for watching. Peace, love, and health.